So we're incredibly pleased that we now have this wonderful new state-of-the-art building for Dutch National Ballet Academy with 7 beautiful studios, of which one can also be a theatre space and a performance space. I think this has been a dream for our school for the last 20 years, and definitely one that I've had for the last 6 years as director of the school. There's been many plans to bring the school together, and it's so important because now we have the young students and the older students of our upper school all under one roof. And that brings practical matters to our schedules. It makes it an awful lot easier to have all our teachers and pianists be in the right place and not travel on their bikes through Amsterdam like we had previously with different buildings for different groups of students. But moreover, I think it's incredibly important that we now have the young students watching the older students sometimes doing a small performance in front of the younger students, and the other way around. We're really inspiring each other on a daily basis. We are the only school in Holland that is really connected to Dutch National Ballet, and that connection has grown over the past few years, about which I'm incredibly happy, and it's important to have that line of talent development throughout the school and connecting to the company. That is something that starts at a young age. Our younger students, even the 10, 11-year-olds, are part of big productions, the evening length productions, like Don Quixote at the moment. All of our upper school students, all of the what we call the associate degree upper school students, year 1 and 2, at some point throughout their time at the school, take part in an evening length production as well. So it's an internship for them for 2 or 3 months while they're at the school, and a great opportunity as such. The talent development line goes on all the way through the school, and then also further, of course, into our junior company. Many of our young students that join the junior company, and that is then a next step of developing further. I get that question an awful lot of times, what are the challenges for ballet at the moment? But I'd like to turn that question around, and I actually think there's an enormous amount of opportunity at the moment. We talk to our young students, all ages, very often, and I think that is very important because they know what the world looks like, they know what the world they live in, what looks like, and what they want it to look like, what they want ballet to look like in the future. And we have to listen to them a lot, and a lot of the answers to what perhaps look like questions or concerns at some point can come from them. The more time I invest in listening to them, the more answers I get, and that's a really beautiful connection that we have with our young students. It's relating to how we relate ballet to society around us. What stories do we tell? Which other art forms do we connect with? All of those things give opportunities, and the younger we start that conversation as to what our young students want and how that can influence their creativity, the better the future of the art form will look, I believe.
Luckily now students have a voice, and we are learning new ways to teach. The whole ballet world is learning how to approach corrections, how do we deal with people that might think differently even than us. It's great that the society is changing and we're moving ahead. I think for all teachers we start to question why are we teaching in a certain way? What are the corrections that we're giving? Why do we tell the students what we say? So how to stay relevant, basically, I think is the biggest challenge. How do we stay relevant in the times that we're living in, and how do we keep students interested in this beautiful art form, which requires a lot of patience and a lot of dedication.
We have 175 students here at the school. Those are young students in our 7-year preliminary course, and older students in our upper school. We have 2 years in our upper school, and both years have about 24 students in the year group. Apart from that 9-year professional dancer course, we also have a bachelor course, which is a teacher's course. And that is something we set up a few years ago, and I find incredibly important that we also in the line of lifelong learning, that we can offer a next phase. Sometimes for some of our students that have done the full training course and finished the upper school and would like to add the possibility of also teaching. But we've also got dancers from the company or from other companies as such coming back to school at a later age and learning as teachers.
It is definitely, when you stop dancing, it is definitely not a small deal in your life. And why is that? Is because you have such a certain structure in your life. And so if you're maybe just not upset about not dancing anymore, you still have that downside where you have to restructure your day, your goals, the way that you function. Course for teachers came along, and I jumped on that boat. I did the course, and that's how I got into the school, the National Ballet Academy. The course with the Vaganova opened the doors not only to teaching, but also to something new that came to the school, and that was the bachelor degree for teachers here. And I'm also, of course, part of that team.
Many of our graduates join the junior company. At this stage we have about 9 or 10 dancers in the junior company that have come through our school. Some of those students have done the whole trajectory, 9 years, and some others have joined from international countries over the past 3 or 4 years.
Well, honestly, every teacher at the school really gives like good advice, and like during the classes I try to pay as much attention as possible so I can like learn as much as I can during the class. And I think for me, learning how to like transfer emotion until like to someone is like the most important part of dance. So I try to do that the best I can, and the teachers help me with that as well. I have managed to perform with the company of Dutch National Ballet. I've done 5 performances with them: Don Quixote, Cinderella, Nutcracker, Swan Lake, and Romeo and Juliet.
Our Associate Degree 2, which is the last year of the school, it's mostly focused on creating their portfolio, their contemporary solo, their classical solo, their ballet class, making their audition photos as well by photographers that we are connected with here in Amsterdam. We have a videographer who comes and make a video for them, and we help them with the help of our teacher and artistic staff who is great in what they do. We prepare them to have a portfolio ready to find a job. Of course, the students have their full freedom in deciding where they want to audition, what they want to show also in a video or not, because they know their strong points, and the teachers help them shine into their best qualities, and that's how they go and audition for all the big companies around the world.
España, and I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I've been training here now for my 3rd year, and it's been an amazing experience. I've really grown a relationship with my teachers, and it's an honor to be able to dance here every day and to continue to grow and learn and prepare myself for my professional career, and as well grow so many relationships with classmates, and those will be the people that we will dance with in the future, so it's really amazing. I was at the finals at Youth America Grand Prix in Tampa, and I was invited to come for the summer school, and that's where I met Ernst, and I had a great summer intensive here, and he asked me to join for the year in NBA 7. While studying here, I've had a lot of guidance and coaching, and something that really stuck with me was how I present myself to who I'm dancing for, and to just really feel what you're dancing and what you're trying to portray to the audience and the viewers, because what you're performing is what you want them to feel also, and you want them to be in that story with you. And so I always think about that and how I want the audience to enjoy what I'm dancing. I had the opportunity to work with the company in their production of Raymonda, and it was such a magical experience, being able to see the behind the scenes of how the production is put together and how the company dancers work. I graduate this year and will be auditioning for a company, hopefully to dance professionally. Will be a lot of traveling and really asking my teachers, their opinions and what they recommend for me, and it's really about trust and having confidence in also yourself and how you want to show yourself to the company directors and where you think you'll best fit in.
Dutch Ballet is still very young. We're a young company and a young school, I always say. Not just started. We're becoming adults, and an awful lot has happened. But compared to London or Paris or Denmark, our company and our school is relatively young. I think ballet in Holland is no frills, and that is definitely what Hans van Manen was of course one of our biggest choreographers here in Holland, and also very closely connected to our school. What he will always say, and his work looks like that, no frills. I think that's also how we approach the classics. It's the body that tells the story in the first place, and that is when we do Swan Lake. That is when we do works of David Dawson or William Forsythe, and it's also how we teach in the school. It's the body that tells the story in the first place. Auditioning for Dutch National Ballet Academy can happen throughout the year, but the audition forms usually open in November. We have first rounds of auditions that are hybrid. We offer a possibility to come and do an audition here in studio, but we also offer the opportunity in the first round to be online for students that live further away. When one gets through to our final audition round, which happens in the spring, then we expect everyone to be live in Amsterdam for a final audition. And then looking even further, going on into the main company of Dutch National Ballet. Now after 10 years of existence of the junior company, I think we're very proud to say that almost 60% of the dancers of the main company have started and are therefore alumni of the junior company, and very often ex-students of Dutch National Ballet Academy.
4.